So yeah, word of warning, if you're making a video project that's gonna talk about subscription services, don't use Ubisoft's Ubisoft Plus Xbox trailer is the specific one. And watching it, one of the interesting things that stood out to me, do I have it here? Where's my game footage folder? Where do I have that open? It's here somewhere. Here it is, game footage. I'm in Pokemon Scarlet and Violet right now. I go to my folder for just Ubisoft general stuff. You can see that I have 3 instances of it, because there's the original one that I downloaded. There's the one that I put fixed after I used another provider. It wasn't fixed. And then here's just like the raw recording. I'm just gonna show like the raw recording version. Screw it. Well, why did it open on this monitor? Anyway, oh my god. Can you change monitors, please? Windowed mode? Go over here. It's the Xbox specific trailer is what it is. This is what I was trying to use. Is this copyrighted, I wonder? Ubisoft Plus now on Xbox. This is what broke it. Make history. Whoa, look, it's the game that we're playing right now, right? I wish it went back 5 seconds rather than 10. Right there, look, it's the video game we're playing. Whoa, that's crazy. But anyway, when they were showing Assassin's Creed, one of the things I noticed for what's available on Ubisoft Plus, there's no Assassin's Creed 1. There's no original game. What? There's the Ezio collection here, which is Assassin's Creed 2, and then Brotherhood and Revelations. There's no 1. And they also took the whole Chronicles trilogy and separated them into separate games when they're like 7-hour long, 6-hour long, something like that. Little spin-off side adventure games that I don't even think are very good. And are basically like all 3 of them together are like a full game, I would argue, because each of them only has like, I think these 2 have 8 levels and that's it, and this one has 10 levels, so basically all 3 together make a complete game. But they've separated them out into like 3 different things, and they spaced out China a little bit from the others to make it look like their library is so much more vast than it is. Which also makes me wonder, why didn't they separate this into 3 different titles? Why did they separate the Chronicles trilogy into China, India, and Russia? And they have the 3 Ezio games just here in super small text where barely anyone's gonna notice. Where unless you know what the Ezio collection is, you're gonna look at this and assume there's no Assassin's Creed 2 or Brotherhood or Revelations here at face value. And they also have no Assassin's Creed 1. Like, what? It's... Anyway, so that's the video that broke the Scarlet and Violet video essay, or Scarlet and Violet DLC video essay. And also, Ubisoft Plus seems kind of shitty, in my humble opinion. But that's neither here nor there. Anyway.
Persephone, I was looking for a Cathy.
I can't imagine what you need her for, but never mind. Do you know what the hardest part is about my life here?
I don't.
The comments you get on your video essays and Twitter?
Cathy has been my dearest friend ever since my mother, the meteor, sent her to me. But after that nonsense with Lethe's water, I've been keeping a closer eye on her. Hecate always tells me where she's going, but not this time. My spies tell me she's about to resurface for a secret meeting at Iphigenia's compound.
Sounds like the meeting's not so secret anymore.
That's where you come in. Spy on her and report back to me.
How long is this?
Please, don't let me down.
I was complaining during the first stream, like, there's no sense of progress. And there's still just is no sense of progress. I thought I was about to get close to the conclusion, because I just blew up, like, so many of her guys, and we were getting to, like, march on her place and do stuff about her leadership, I thought is what we were right at the cusp of doing. And now I guess I'm doing a job for her where she's like, oh, there's this person I don't like. Can you go spy on her for me? And it's like, excuse me? It's so dumb. Anyway, what am I doing? But yeah, because there's no world where India and Russia, or India and China would work together. Thus they had to split them, and Russia's been split since the 90s. Yeah, that's right. How could I forget? Rise, retreat. Oh, all these levels, except for this area, is actually really low. I somehow got them all really low without even trying, when I was really trying over here, and I didn't seem to make significant progress. So I don't know how that happened. Maybe just as I did quests. So maybe that one quest about weaken all the areas will just kind of happen as I go here. Anyway, Rise, retreat. It's an Iphigenia's compound. This. Okay, I guess I'm fast traveling over here in that case. Is what I'm doing. That is what I shall do. Ah, sniffles. One of those streams tonight.
That's what the cat is up to too.
I love how you just started saying that while you were still coming out of the loading screen and before the game actually permitted you to speak. So if there weren't any subtitles, I just would not have the first part of that this way. This is the place that we went to for the whole wine stuff. This was the place full of simps, right? Oh no, this is a different place. I'm getting myself all mixed up. This is a fort. And I should... Like, I should have figured from the map, but again, I'm playing these games on autopilot, so, like, I'm not thinking all that much. So, let's go ahead and quick save here really quickly before I screw everything up. Overseer discovered. Should I kill them? Maybe I should while I'm here, and I'll make progress on that one quest. Probably not a bad idea, honestly. Yeah, I know. Who's yelling? What? Whoa. Weird sounds are being made. Even weirder than the sounds the random Pokemon make at you in Team Star bases and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. You reference a very specific part of one of my previous video essays that's been on my mind since I've been working on the DLC one. Let's see here. Sometimes I just have to say what comes to mind, even if no one's gonna get it. Oh, and that is why we quick save, ladies and gentlemen. I almost said boys and girls, but I couldn't think of it fast enough. I was like, I wanna use the children phrase because it's funnier, and I come up with it in time. Here, let's do this really quickly. Watch this turn out to be a save from like 6 months ago. Randomly. Okay, so let's try that again.
It'll be trouble if I'm spotted here.
Okay, I'm also gonna destroy that because screw you. No lights for you. Oh, I thought that was someone I could kick off a cliff for a second there. It was not. Ow, the sniffles. That guy on the roof I don't think is gonna see me. What? Why are people suspicious? Why are people suspicious? Why are they coming here? Is it because I took out their glowy? Oh, just go, just go, just go. Oh, God. Oh, well, I mean, crap. Ooh. I guess this is life now. Uh-oh. Oh my God. Can you maybe not do that, actually? This is awkward, isn't it? This is just a little smidge awkward. Oh my God. 2 for 1. Gosh dang it. Should have seen that coming. You have been killed. Yeah, I noticed. It's there. Oh well. Want to hear something else cool? Then there's something to ramble about while this is going on. So in terms of plant stuff around here, there was one thing really interesting as of earlier today. This apple. The very first, well, not the very first, would have technically been a different one from the batch today, but one of the very first, part of the very first harvest that I've ever gotten of apples off of my Oma's crabapple tree with the power of grafting. My Oma grew a crabapple tree from seed in her yard, and it's only ever made crab apples, and there are some pretty good tasty crab apples out there. Those aren't the best. They're super, super tiny. They're probably smaller than cherries, those crab apples. They are so insanely tart. I made crab apple muffins of them last year. Those were pretty good, but they're really, really hard to work with. Like, so I would put them on the cutting board. I basically cut off, like, each of the sides of them, like, one side off, turn it, one side off, one side off. And they're just these tiny little nibbles. And they're really hard to eat as well, just like, as is the crab apples, like, even if you can get past the tartness, which I can, like, I nibble on some from time to time. But because they're so tiny and because you don't want to eat the core, you basically just have to go, you know, like, just a really, really tiny nibble. They're not great, and my Oma isn't really the biggest fan of them. Well, this was the tree's very first year ever making apples. In addition to crab apples. It's still mostly covered in crab apples, but this is part of, like, the very first non-crab apples that tree has ever made, which is really, really cool and really exciting. It didn't make any last year, and I didn't realize it had any grafts on it until earlier this year, like, until a couple months ago. Well, apart from the grafts that I put on. Ah. That guy does not want to turn the other way. Like, the grafts that I put on are still going to take several years, because it'll take several years for them to grow into decently sized branches that can develop fruit. And this specific one on my desk I haven't, but one of the ones I harvested, yes. It is a little bit on the tartar side, not quite like a crab apple. It's almost like a Granny Smith in terms of its tartness. I have no idea what type of apple this is. There's a fruit festival going on around here in a couple weeks that I might bring one of them to and see if anyone there can identify it. But yeah, it'll still take several years before any of my grafts are ready. Oh god, oh god, oh god. Oh, well, we're doing this again. But because some of my grafts are growing on that tree, it does make me very excited for when the day comes that mine develop. This specific apple was put on by one of my Oma's friends that is familiar with grafting, that did it several years ago. He tried to put on several grafts, and this spring I checked the tree to see if I could find them, and I thought all of them failed. I thought I found all the graft points, and they all looked like they had died. But it seems like I missed one, because just a couple months ago, my Oma was having a look at the tree, and, like, it's very, very covered in crab apples everywhere. But looking deep into the tree, she spotted what looked to be, like, not crab apples. And I had a closer look, and I found where, gosh dang it, where it attached to the source tree. And sure enough, it was a graft. It was a different type of apple that had been put on there. One of them had lived. I think I posted a photo of that with, in the plants channel a little while back. Yeah, I did here. I don't remember if that, yeah, that might have been mentioned during the last time that I streamed this, where it was these apples developing. So you can see these tiny little itty bitty crab apples in there, and you can see where this went in. So, like, here's crab apple, and here's whatever this is. I don't know what it is. Some type of apple. It does taste pretty good. I do like them. But yeah, and it's so covered in crab apples, like, everywhere. So you can see here. Where's the tab that I had open just here? Yeah, we were looking at that earlier, whatever it's called, Tokyo Mirage Sessions, where you look around and it's just, yeah, all these tiny little crab apples everywhere that I am definitely not going to be able to use all of. But you look deep in it, and then there's just like a couple apples on one specific branch. There was 8 of them. Here was another one here. I picked 6 of them today. We brought 3 home, left 2 for my Oma, and ate 1 there. And there's 2 still on the tree, because they didn't seem like they were quite ripe yet. They were still pretty green. Like, I was gonna wait until they were a lot more red before picking them, but considering one of them was already on the ground, I took that as my indication, okay, it's time to harvest them. So, that's what I did with a whole bunch of them. So, it's really, really cool that this crabapple tree has made its first ever apples. So I'm gonna eat this after the stream is done. I'm definitely looking forward to it. And it's a monumental step in the fruit stuff going on around here. And really, really cool that my Oma's crabapple tree that she grew from seed has made, like, actual tasty apples for the first time as of this year. So this is that branch's first year fruiting. Last year, the tree didn't fruit all that much in general. It was only like 2 branches at all that made crab apples. Like, there wasn't a whole lot last year, and hence my decision to do something with them, making those crab apple muffins. And I used up a whole bunch of the crab apples because there wasn't a whole lot. I can't do everything this year. This year, I actually decided to prune the tree a decent bit this spring. There's a whole bunch of suckers coming up from the base that were taking the tree's nutrients and interrupting airflow and stuff, so I just cut out all the suckers, and a whole bunch of, like, super vertical branches rather than horizontal ones. I cut out a bunch of those as well, but it was mostly cutting out the insane amount of suckers around the base. Why is he trying to kick down this door? What's wrong with this guy? And I think now that the tree has a lot more nutrients for the fruiting branches, since I cut out all those other little suckers that would have been taking nutrients otherwise, it's just going ham on fruiting this year. Like, every single branch is just covered in crab apples. And maybe it's because of that pruning that it actually developed apples this year on that one branch. And hopefully it'll be more and more each year. Hopefully that branch continues to grow and continues to produce more apples. That'd be cool. And then one day my grafts will grow and produce their own apples too. Like that Red Wonder apple that I put on, which will have red inside, as opposed to the typical yellow inside that most apples have. I'm really looking forward to when I can pick Red Wonder apples off of that tree. That'll be awesome. It was that and September Ruby were my 2 successful grafts. And the September Ruby is like barely grown at all. It established, it grew like 1 leaf, and then it just chilled out and stopped at that. So I don't know what's going on with that and if it's going to continue to grow more in future years or what the heck it's doing. The Red Wonder did actually start growing into a branch. So I am really, really looking forward to picking red-fleshed apples off of that tree one day. And clearly that crab apple tree is capable of producing other apples. So very much looking forward to it. So yeah, I was pretty excited about that earlier today. But yeah, let's see here. Super Green 2, doubt there will be any available in winter. Well, that's the way that it goes here. I know that it's very different in Louisiana there. But here in winter, everything is just like dormant. There's no leaves, there's no growth, it's done. Things will grow super actively in the spring when they wake up from dormancy. But anything that doesn't have needles as leaves, so any deciduous trees, they completely lose their leaves during the winter time. That's how it goes. Not just trees, like any plant. Any plant that has regular leaves. Wow, I got a level up off of assassination. That might be the first time ever. It'll lose them for the winter. Go dormant, go asleep, and then come back in the springtime. Is how it goes. So this is the time of year that stuff is getting ready to harvest. Because it's had like the whole summer season to get it ready to develop the fruit. So springtime is when it flowers, it gets pollinated, and then during the whole course of the summer, it develops the fruit. And then typically in fall, in autumn here, in early autumn, is when the fruit is ready, so it can get harvested, you can eat it, it can spread its seeds, and then it has like the last little smidge of fall to just get ready for winter. They start to lose their leaves, they start to slow down their functions, and then they go asleep, and then they stay asleep for the entire winter. And then the process repeats the next spring. They get covered in flowers in the spring. A lot of fruit trees around here will flower before they even get any leaves. Like, I have pictures of the cherry tree that used to live in my Oma's front yard. Just completely covered in flowers with no leaves on it whatsoever. Same with the plum tree in our backyard. There was a time this spring, like, because we only planted it last year, so I hadn't seen it before that point. But this spring, it was completely covered in flowers before it even developed any leaves at all. Was the case. So they're all about getting pollinated first and foremost, and then they'll figure out that whole photosynthesis thing. Is what seems to be the case for some fruit trees around here. But yeah, good luck on finishing your video essay, by the way. Appreciate that, Guzma. But yeah, so that's how it goes. And next year, I'm definitely gonna pay more attention to that branch. See if the flowers look any different compared to crabapple flowers, and see what it looks like. Because now that I know that there's a branch that, spy on her meeting, I was playing on autopilot and not really paying too much attention here. Oh, should I take out the leader? Because it'll contribute to that one quest. My icons are bugging out again, but like, maybe I should spy on the meeting first and then take out you is what I'm thinking here. Interact. Hello, Reggie Bub. How's it going today?
I was wondering when you would arrive, Lux.
All the sniffles.
You know,
You didn't hear the door open?
Your mastery of language is overwhelming as always. How you stay so humble is beyond me.
You know why I'm here, Ekati. We need to talk about your newfound friend, the Keeper.
Don't worry. I didn't tell Cassandra about the key to the underworld you cleverly disguised as Ross's cover.
Thank goodness she just described the whole thing. Gotta love it when characters in media do that when someone's
I know
eavesdropping.
you've been spending a lot of time together. And
She couldn't just say, I didn't tell her about the key. Oh god, what? I wasn't paying attention.
Cassandra has been undermining Persephone, not me.
Has to specifically say I didn't tell her about the key that you cleverly disguised as
I'm
X.
also familiar with your ability to whisper in Persephone's ear, but whatever tale you spin for her isn't the truth, is it? You've been trying to push Persephone out of power.
Yeah, let's just wait.
You know her quest for control is corrupting her. You must see that Persephone has changed.
The only one who wants control is you. Why can't you support her? It's true. You are jealous of her.
Doing everything Persephone tells you
Voice
isn't
is certainly
helping her,
something.
Hermes. Let alone getting you what you so desperately desire.
Could either of us really help her after what she's gone through? But I am no traitor.
But I'm no traitor.
You know I love Persephone like a sister, Hermes. If I could free her from Elysium, I would. But freeing her from corruption is the best I can do.
Hey, you're not supposed to be here.
I was about to say you're not supposed to be here as a joke. As like the most typical thing you could say. When I don't think that these guys normally talk. And he actually said you're not supposed to be here. Did the game just do a wipe transition for the first time ever? I think that's the first time it ever did a wipe transition. As opposed to like the regular fade through black. Didn't I sabotage the thing? I don't remember. So like, woke up from the sound of a thunderstorm, but otherwise you're fine. Well, hopefully it's not too crazy of a storm. I know nothing about firing an advanced military AK-47 modified assault rifle that was repainted purple. The weapon used hasn't been identified yet. What? Are you saying it's like something Cassandra could say there after being spotted? I have a feeling I should just dip out of here. Oh, those are my arrows now. Oh, see you later, I guess. Well, away I go. But anyway, there's a, what the heck? That looked like it missed me, but it damaged me. Use that and restore its icon. That was bugging out of existence for a hot second. But anyway, finishing up the little thing we're about fruit stuff there. Now that I have gotten some decent experience with grafting this year, like my rate of success still isn't great,
So Ross's color
but
is the key to opening
I had some successes this year. And I think if I keep on trying and practicing, then I'll eventually get it. Like, I'll eventually figure it out here. I can probably fast travel now. So practice makes perfect, and I am feeling a whole lot better now than I was at the beginning of this year, where I'd never done grafting before. Now that I have some successes, I feel a little bit better about it, even if my success rate isn't super high yet. I'll get there. And now that there's this fruit festival going on in a couple weeks' time, I plan on going to that and trying out a whole bunch of different fruit varieties, all sorts of different like apples and plums and things there, deciding on what some of my favorites are. And then next spring, I can go and try to pick up those sticks. And then if there's any like new apples that I really, really like I end up discovering like a new favorite at this fruit festival, then I can try getting some sticks of that apple. And then next spring, I can stick it onto my almost crabapple tree. And then just like this branch was able to do, I'll be able to pick some apples that aren't crab apples from that crabapple tree. So the future is very exciting when it comes to plant stuff around here. And I am very, very much looking forward to that. But yeah, welcome on back, Delta Thingy. Stop personing for the night, you think? Good to hear those apples are growing, though. All the apples on your grandpa's tree went missing. Oh, geez. Did someone come and steal them, then? Gonna have fun tonight. Share more stuff on your end, but getting really tired. Also gotta wake up early in the morning. That's fair enough there. Appreciate you stopping by and hanging out, Guzma. What's going on here, and how do you get here before me?
I couldn't trust. Hecate has told me all about your treachery, including your breaking into my sanctuary.
Hecate gave me a key to your sanctuary. Hecate broke into your sanctuary. I guess I'll tell the truth here.
Gotten in if Hecate hadn't given me the key.
But you did break in?
Yes, to steal a journal about the gate to the underworld.
You are the only one with the key.
Cassandra stole it from me. Just like she stole the last of Lethe's water from the cave.
But Cassandra destroyed it. Don't play games with me, Hecate. I know who was behind Lethe's water circulating in Elysium.
The point is, there's been trouble in Elysium ever since you got here. That's no coincidence. You're
Well, it's because this
clearly
is
trying
a
to push
video game
Persephone
story,
out
so
of
stuff needs to
power.
happen here. We've been doing some stuff together. I'll just be
I may
clean.
working
Cool.
against Persephone, but you've been helping me the entire time.
There! Out of your own mouth! You're trying to overthrow me!
You can't believe these lies. A silver tongue joined the
Am I just gonna make
Queen
everyone my enemy?
Defcalion's heritage after this outsider helped her.
The timing is curious.
Kills me and just game
a
over.
gathering of your most devoted followers was recently targeted.
Yes, no one was hurt, but aconite was found in the wine. Your signature death sentence.
Yeah,
if
I spared
recall
them.
correctly.
Curiously, the last of my batch was stolen from me right before the party.
It wasn't me.
Is it a coincidence then, outsider, that someone matching your description was seen fleeing the follower symposium?
Enough! I have reason to suspect the both of you of treason at this point. Ekati is my oldest friend in the underworld.
How can you suspect
and
me
for
of
a
treason?
while
I have no
thought
affiliation
my
here.
truest. Give me
I do
one
what I
reason
want.
Why I should believe your word over hers.
Have you ever seen someone do a sick flip? Ever seen someone do a kick flip on one of those little mini skateboards? Kate is trying to help you? She wants your throne?
Hecate has always been jealous of you. She wants your power over Elysium for herself.
You can't possibly take the words of an outsider over mine. Persephone.
Ekati's right. I have to be out of my mind to take your word over hers. Nothing's been paradise since you dropped in.
You know how much
You
good
are
I've done
no
around here?
longer welcome in my palace.
I've even done a decent bit of stuff that's helped you.
We've received word those delinquents in Defkelion's heritage are on the move.
I guess I'm gonna have to choose the option of violence if you're not gonna be cool with me.
Fine. I'll handle this later.
I should have known you would stab me in the back.
You can't betray someone you never held any loyalty for.